I don't really know what I'm meant to say here, to be honest. It's sweet that the school's worried and stuff, but I don't really want to talk about anything. There isn't really anything to talk about. That's assuming we're here to talk about Ed. Nice binders, by the way. Yeah, I like how they're all black. It's nice and neat. Well, I suppose you did that on purpose, didn't you? To provide a sense of order or some shit. I don't quite know why I'm acting like the psychic expert. Wait, no, psychic, that's not it, is it? Psychosis? No, that's the hallucinations and shit, isn't it? Psyche. Mine aren't like that at all, to be honest. Well, I don't really use binders. I just sort of pile up all my sheets in the corner of my room and forget about. Oh, no. Don't write that down. Why are you writing that down? All right, well, that'll teach me. Sorry, I'm not very good at holding a conversation, especially when the other person isn't really pulling their weight. No offence. It needed to be said, it was the elephant in the room. I know this will probably go down in the notes, but Ed was always so class at striking up a conversation with anyone. Probably where I get it from. Yikes. Tough crowd. You see, now I don't know if you're writing down what I said about Ed or my impeccable joke, which admittedly didn't land the way I expected it to. Ed would find this right now fucking hilarious. Really class sense of humour, that guy. Sorry. No, I realise I've been really insincere for the past however many minutes, and it's always hard to bridge that gap between insincerity and sincerity, but I actually did mean that. Really class sense of humour. He's gonna love this. How you guys got me in here for a little circle time. When he's out, I'll tell him. My mate Zane said that when he came, you guys gave him this sand pit and told him to play in it whilst you guys commented on what he was making. Now, I fully acknowledge how fucking weird that is, but nonetheless, I would like to know when we're going to get to that bit, because it's been a hot sec since I've been in one. Long story involving me eating sand and not being allowed back. Okay, turns out it wasn't as long as I thought, because that is the entire story. I used to go in there with my mate. He's called Sunny, and well, yeah, Ed. Not up for that though anymore, is he? For the obvious reason, and because he's 25. Not really prime sandcastle making age, is it? Although, no, I say that, but we were actually going to enter a sandcastle making competition, yeah? Down in Brighton. 200 quid cash prize. Offer you can't turn down. His share was going to go straight to the plug. I think he knew he wouldn't be able to for much longer. Oh no, don't write that down. Don't be judging. My share was going to go towards uni. You can write that down, I'm quite proud of that. It's such a shame he's not going to be able to get to go to uni. He's fucking smart. Smashed everyone in those lockdown quizzes. Seriously impressive. Maybe when he's out, he'll get the chance to go. Yeah, all right. Don't give me that look. I mean, you don't need to pity me or him for that matter. I mean, he's probably having much more fun in there than he would if he was out here. So yeah, it's great. Yeah, no, he's happier. Outside isn't a good place for him. He gets lost in his thoughts. At least in there, he's got people to look after him, you know? So, I mean, and his life expectancy dramatically increases with him being in there. So, yeah, it's great. It's really, really great. I mean, it would be fucking selfish of me if I didn't, support that. Not wrong of me to want my brother back, though, is it? It really fucking bugs me that I can't see what he sees. Like, seriously stresses me out. And, I get it, telling people would make it more real or bring it into reality or some shit. So I get it, but it really fucking bugs me. How can you gel with someone who is living a totally different reality? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at. Our realities used to run parallel, but now they're heading in totally different destinations, and our relationship is running off the momentum of us as kids. And that supply is eventually going to run out, understandably, but doesn't make it easier. I mean, I'm living off the memories of him being the cool older brother who used to pick me up from school, making everybody jealous, and he used to sew me clothes in the front room. And those memories, right now, can suppress the memories of him, I don't know, running around naked or screaming at the walls, but that's not going to last, is it? Yeah, no, it's not. It's sweet to think about our past, but I mean, I don't really know if it ever really helps us. When does fondly reliving it turn into obsessively reliving it? I'm not sure. I mean, probably when it stops being bliss and starts being torture. I think I've passed the point of bliss. Something can only be blissful if it's got nothing to taint it. And I mean, I've definitely got something to taint it. I can't think of him being the cool older brother who used to pick me up from school without thinking of him living somewhere else, leading a life no one could have expected. And it's sad. It's really fucking sad how his name is no longer happy. How his name is now deeply, deeply sad. I mean, how his name is now brought up in shitty school therapy and not as a funny story about last night's escapades, but as a reason for me to need help. It's really fucking sad when someone's role changes from being your rock to someone you have to be strong for. I mean, it's like with parents. Fucking tough when that transition comes. But yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, if this was reversed, he'd be doing the exact same. So yeah, no, it's all good. Mum and Dad say it's for the best. They've also said that they can't fuck anymore because it's like his body is lying in between them. Mum reckons it's a guilt thing, but I think it's got more to do with grief and loss. His loss is deeply felt, and by that, I mean I deeply, deeply feel his loss. You can grieve the loss of someone who is still living. That right isn't reserved for the deceased, contrary to popular belief. Life is too painful to be worth it, I reckon. Although, I suppose that's up for debate, isn't it? Not sure how lively a debate it's going to be, because you're hardly Miss Chatterbox, are you? Oh no. Oh, go on. Take the floor. Penny for your thoughts. Thoughts on pain? Go. I often wonder what he's doing in there. Like, you know, in the hospital. Like, is it better? Or is it just exactly the same, apart from this time he doesn't know anyone and he doesn't know where anything is? So how can he tell what's real and what's not real when he doesn't even know what everyone else can see? I mean, that shit really messes me up. I dream a hell of a lot about that. Well, nightmare is probably the more suitable word. Pain and suffering transcending consciousness, I suppose. It just means I can't really ever get away from it. You know, going to sleep to escape the realities of life suddenly turns into a mandatory reliving of it. The irony is, he was always the one who was totally connected to his emotions. I mean, if this was reversed, fucking hell, he'd be fine. I'm just not emotionally mature enough for this shit. It's probably the universe's way of maturing me up, isn't it? It's probably why I have to deal with it and he doesn't. No, I mean, he does have to deal with it. God, that was stupid of me. You want to know something really weird? I have really dry ankles, like probably eczema or something, but really, really dry. Oh no, trust me, this is going to be relevant. Anyway, so I have to put this ointment on them so they don't crack, like really dry. And he also has really dry ankles. And I have to drop the ointment off for him at the hospital. And in my head, that's some strange way of reminding me that we are still genetically connected. That sounded a lot sweeter in my head than it did when I said it out loud. But I mean, I suppose it is quite sweet, isn't it? Different ways of showing family as family, right? All right. I mean, I just don't get you one bit. I mean, why are you not writing any of that down? I mean, that was gold dust for you. I have just poured my inner psyche onto the table for you. Be honest. Are you even a real oh, whatever, because, I mean, you're not giving me much evidence that you are. And I mean, I don't mean to invalidate your job or anything, but you're hardly meeting me halfway. You really think he's not coming back? Yeah, no, I get it. A look says it all. All right, well, cheers. Appreciate your time. Yeah, no, I think that's all we've got time for today. Plus, I'm missing maths and, you know, integration, my favourite. Wouldn't miss it for the world. So I'll show myself out.